Hello everybody, welcome to the Wise Up Show this Sunday, December 11th, 2022. And I'm your host, Ralph Mochi. Today is Sunday, the end of the weekend, the end of the week. Everybody's winding down. Get comfortable. There's a lot of people in the parlor already. Go on your recliner, your sofa, your bed. Get comfortable, have a cup of coffee, have some wine, maybe some soup. It did snow out a little bit, but now it's raining, so the snow is dissipating. So that's the end of that. So, anyway, thank you all for joining me. Thank you for all coming into the parlor. I appreciate you all being here. And let me just see who's here real quick. We got Arms, TD, Adam, Tommy Stigs is watching the World Cup, Arlene, Steve, how are you guys? How's everybody doing? How's everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. I got some good news today. All you folks that I guess like my singing, well, I'm finally going back into the studio this Thursday at 5 o'clock. And I'm going to do a couple of songs. One of them is going to be a Sinatra song. Sinatra song I've been waiting 5 years to do. 5 years I've been practicing this song. Finally, I'm going to get a chance to do it. So I got some studio time. They called me up today, and they want me to come in Thursday. So I'll be doing a couple songs. I don't know just how many yet, but I know it's going to be at least 2, definitely. So I'm real happy about that. You know, I haven't been in the studio. I think it's been about 3 months, and after a while, you know, you miss it. You really do. And again, I'm not a singer. I just sing. You know. So yeah, TD, it's good. I'm really happy. I'm really happy about that. It's the little things that make you happy, you know. It's the little things. You know, you get used to it, and it grows on you. You know. It's like I got to go into the studio. I got to record a couple songs. You know, I haven't been there in a couple months. You know, it's like really weird. You know, and I'm not this fantastic singer, but it's really strange. It really is. But so I'm really happy about that, and I wanted to share that with you. So Tommy and whoever else wants to use my songs, you know, you're more than welcome. I always say that. If you want to use them on your show, Theendu, you know, if Tommy uses them, he'll have a few more songs to add to the collection, along with Sarah Collins, who is great. And I got to tell you something. I would love to do a duet with her. And, you know, there's a way that I could do a duet with her, but I would probably ask her first and have her blessing if I could do it. I could take one of her songs and bring it into the studio and harmonize to her, you know, her vocals. But I would prefer, you know, having her blessing. And I did contact her a long time ago, and I know Tommy's contacted her, and hopefully she'll be on his show. But I know she's shy, as most of us are, believe it or not. You know, I am to a certain degree. I know it's kind of hard to believe, but I would really love to do a duet with her. I mean, every song she sings, I mean, it's like really, really nice, you know? It's like she could sing anything, you know, and some people are talented like that and blessed with that, you know? And she's such a sweet lady, too. She really is. She's such a sweet lady. And so is her daughter, as a matter of fact. But so, okay, so that's the news about that. And, you know, so I'm really happy about that. Now, I don't know if any of you saw my little spoof on the shortest show. Well, that's a little spoof on, you know, everybody talking about how short the show should be. So I made the shortest show possible, you know, hello and goodbye. So that's only a goof, you know. You know, that's just me kidding around. Hey, Theendu, how are you, buddy? So later on in the show, I'm going to show some highlights of last week's show, which I thought was really, really good. I mean, really, really funny. And when I put together some of the best parts of last week's show, And I have to tell you that when I was doing this, I was peeing my pants. I really was. So it's about 10 minutes. The total video of the highlights is about 10 minutes. But that should be fun, you know, because everybody had a good time. And those three guys were great. I don't know. When Tommy first said that he was at the Turtleback Zoo, I was envisioning him seeing the animals and thinking, why is he at the Turtleback Zoo? It's closed. I had no idea that the Turtleback Zoo did Christmas lights. You know, I didn't put that together. So I didn't know that. I thought that was, you know, kind of comical. Now, why was he there? But the three guys, I mean, Theendu and Anthony, I think I may have mentioned this, that we're going to do a show, and Tommy, we're going to do a show once a month. Now, we're going to do the show. The next show will be December 18th. If everything goes well, we're going to do a Christmas special on my show. And, you know, providing that everything goes well and there's nothing that comes up in their personal lives, because, again, personal lives outside of YouTube, that takes precedence. There's no question about that. YouTube is secondary. You know, it's fun to come on and entertain and have listeners and to, you know, make them laugh and enjoy yourself. But your life outside of YouTube, that always takes first precedence. And I won't do the show unless all three of them are on, because it just wouldn't be right, you know, because we're all three. And we are all content creators. And I want to clear something up right now. Not that I'm trying to change anyone's mind. I want to explain something to you. Is that we're all content creators. We're all content creators. And let me explain to you why. There's two different types of categories of content creators. One category is the content creators that have a subject or a topic that they're going to speak about. They're creating content on a topic and a subject. The other category is a content creator that can just go on and talk about absolutely normal conversations about everyday things. Okay? Those content creators are creating content. When you upload a video to YouTube, whatever is within that video is content, no matter what it is, whether you're talking about a topic or you're just having straight conversations. You're creating content. It doesn't necessarily, everybody's under the misconception that, oh, he's a content creator because he talks about a subject or a topic. That's not necessarily true. Whenever you create a video and upload it, and whatever is within that video is content, no matter what it is. So in actuality, we are all content creators. Now, you know, Theendu and Tommy, they, like I always say, they have the gift of gab. You know, they can press that live button and they can just talk about anything, you know, and they just go with the flow, you know. And Anthony, he has a specialty show, you know, about wine, you know. He's kind of like in a genre. And myself, well, I'm a, you know, Tommy, Theendu, and myself, I would consider myself to be like a variety show, you know, because it's a little bit of everything, but in segments, so it's somewhat planned, whereas Tommy and Theendu are not, you know. And that's an art within itself, when you can come on and talk to an audience and just captivate them and hold their interest just by your personality. And I said this, that personality is very, very important. It's the number one thing of a show. You can have the best content that you can possibly have, which anyone can go anywhere else and get it. But the number one thing, first of all, is to have the personality. People have to like your personality. You have to be genuine. You have to be honest. You can't bullshit. The listeners pick up on this. They know. They know if you're genuine or not. So personality is very, very important. You could have no topic, no content at all, and the content could be lousy, but they could love your personality, right? They could love your personality. I like Ralph. I like Tommy. I like Theendu. I like Anthony. You know, I like MRE. I like this one. I like that one. You know, their personality is what shines. And when you make a donation to their shows, you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart because you like them. That's why. I mean, I really don't have to tell you that. You'd know that because you wouldn't be making a donation to their shows. Like I was laughing at Theendu's ticker today on his show. Buy him a cup of coffee. That's hysterical. Buy him a cup of coffee. But that's true. The personality is very important. It's very important. And so, those are some of the rules of being a good host. And of course, shows are not for everybody. I mean, you may not like something about the host's personality, or you may like something about their personality. But again, for the third time, it's very important. Personality is number one. It's like TV when a new talk show comes on TV, right? And it's a host that you don't know, that you've never heard of. You don't know anything about that host, so you watch the show, and then you watch it again, and next week, and you get to know that host's personality. Then you decide whether or not you like the show or you like the personality of that host. It's just like regular TV. So, it is what it is. I mean, that's what it is. So I can't stress that enough. To all these content creators, and I've only been on YouTube for 3 months, and I've learned so much. But so much I knew, beforehand. But I knew that personality was always number one, no matter what you do. In entertainment, whether it's acting or singing or whatever, or comedy, that's number one. So it is what it is. Okay, so now, believe only half of what you see and nothing that you hear, which was a quote, believe it or not, by the great Edgar Allan Poe, who wrote The Raven. Who would think that he, came up with that quote? But something I want to say is that, for many reasons, what you hear by other people, if it's told to you face to face, if it's told to you on the phone, if it's told to you through text, what you hear may not be correct. Like while a real life story may sound convincing, the party discriminating the information, may be untruthful and may be mistaken, or may be given a personal interpretation. So most of what you hear is not a fact; it's an opinion, or a speculation. Especially if someone is making a comment or remark about something that happened or another person, and they know absolutely nothing about the other person's personality or character. When we hear a story from someone else, it's usually colored by the storyteller's proportion. Consciously or otherwise, people are selective about, what they include and what they admit. Person's A version of the story may differ radically from person B's version and person C's version. So, once you hear a story, presume, that it's not going to be accurate. If the content, of the story is important to you, then you should obtain facts, really, on your own and decide by yourself. In the absence of receiving those facts, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind until you investigate it yourself. People tend to believe everything that they hear immediately. I have done it. I'm guilty of it. I don't do it anymore. I did a long time ago, but I don't do it anymore. I just shake my head and I look into it, because talk is cheap. Talk is very cheap. And believe only half, believe me, believe only half what you see. And to be more precise, believe a portion of what, you see and verify the rest. Use your best judgment to determine which portions, to believe and which portions to verify. Seeing something firsthand, particularly compelling. As we watch, let's say, a performance of a magic trick, let's say, before your eyes, you could feel certain that it's magic, but actually all it is, really an illusion. So, I know it's an extreme example, but there's millions of instances where our vision misguides us. When observing, we can be absolutely certain and absolutely wrong at the same time. So, summing it up, question what you hear, and question, what you see. You should do that all the time. And like I said, the world is full of lies. The world is full of lies, especially on the internet. So be leery. First of all, I don't believe anything really, basically, that I read on the internet. I really don't. But think about what's being told to you. Think about the person that's telling it to you. Why are they, why are they speaking? I'm going to use people as an example. Why are they speaking about this person this way? Is it? It could be a number of reasons why. It could be a form of jealousy. I mean, it could be many reasons why. But most of the time, people talk negatively about things and people. Not so much positive. Mostly, a lot of times negative. So, use your own judgment. If you hear something and it interests you, then look into it. If it doesn't interest you, let it go in one ear and out the other. Simple as that. Simple as that. Just let me see if anybody else has joined me in the chat. Adam, Tommy Stigs. It's only believing a portion of what I see on this show here, Ubats. I don't believe I'm a content creator. Bah ha ha ha. Lift my fucking ass off. Tommy, you're a content creator. Okay, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just telling you the way it is. I mean, that's your thing. You are a content creator, You don't feel that way, but you are. And you're a good content creator because, like I said, you have the gift to gab. And not many people can do that. A lot of people are afraid to go in front of the camera. A lot of people the camera frightens them, It's not an easy thing to go in front of the camera and captivate an audience and talk about absolutely nothing. It really isn't, So I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to make you see other avenues, I myself, I consider you a content creator. You may not consider yourself a content creator. I consider Theendu a content creator and Anthony a content creator. But again, that's your feeling, and the job that you're doing is well. You have a great show, and I give I give praise and credit where credit is due. As a content creator that you are, you build people up. You tell them to drop their links, sub to their channels. Let's get them going. And that's, I don't know any other content creator yet that has done that, other than you and Theendu. But then again, I haven't gone really into other shows. But there should be more people, and truthfully speaking, there should be more people like you and Theendu that are on YouTube. But there's not. There's a lot of nonsense that's on YouTube, and I don't have to tell anybody that. You guys know that already. And that's something that you'll never see on my shows, at all. And I don't think you'll ever see it on Tommy's. I know that, or Theendu's, or Anthony's, But, I give praise where praise is due. And I'm not afraid to do that. So whatever you're doing, is great. Is great. And Theendu too. Let me just read some of the things that are in the chat. Right. Dee Dee, my sweetheart, my honey, who is a doll, who is very, she's going to be blushing now, who is very helpful to everyone, to Tommy, to myself, to Theendu, just a really sweet, down-to-earth girl who's very, very helpful. And I'm happy to know her, and I'm happy to know everybody in the parlor, which you guys are a great bunch of people. But you know, TD stands out a little bit, just a little bit more. Not that nobody else doesn't count. Everybody counts. You know, listeners are very important. You know, because without listeners, you don't have a show, really. You know. Theendu was saying that some people and content creators don't even have friends to talk to. It's sad. Is that right? I don't know. I'm gonna. Should I investigate that? Should I look into that as facts? Wait a minute. You're telling me something now that I have to look into now. No, I'm only kidding. I would imagine. But that would depend on because of the host and what kind of show that they're having. You know. All right, Gina, you can give me 2 cents. Everybody's opinion is valued in here, no matter what you say. Don't hold anything back. Gina, here's my 2 cents. You sell yourself short. You're knowledgeable and people like you. I think you should try a live. Oh, wine. Oh, you're talking about wine. Okay. I don't know. You know, everybody has their own way of doing things, and there's reasons why they do them. I can't really, you know, Wine would have to answer that. You know, Anthony LaVista would have to answer that. Is he in the chat by any chance? Is he in the chat? Is he in the parlor? Hi, Evan. How are you? Evan's saying, what do you hear? What do you say? You know who said that? What do you hear? What do you say? James Cagney said that. He said that in Angels with Dirty Faces. Yes, okay, TD, I got that. He's speaking about Anthony LaVista. Yeah. I just have to go to the top real quick. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anybody because I want to say hello to everybody. Claudio. Oh, Claudio, how are you, buddy? Claudio, hit that like button. Claudio, you crack me up. In every chat that you're in, you must say that like every 5 minutes. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. I laugh every time I see that. By the way, did you guys hit the like button when you came to the parlor? Very important. Make a comment after the show. Very important. You're not following directions. All right, let me really quickly go down here. I said hello to Arlene. Okay. There's a couple of people that are in the parlor that I don't see that are probably... And that's another thing, too. You know, guys, you know, if the show is long, you can always stop the show if it's live, or not stop the show if it's live, but go about your business and do what you have to do. And if you're interested, go back and watch the replay. You know, that's the replay is for. And the great thing about the replay is you could always fast forward it. You know, you could always fast forward it, even if it's an hour long or you know, you could always fast forward it. You have the option of doing that. You know. I do agree, though, the show shouldn't be too long. You know, but everybody has their own format and their way of thinking. So, I mean, it is what it is. Is Wine Guild here? Oh, yes, he is. Look. I got to tell you something. I've been taking a lot of ribbing from you guys this week in different shows. You know, a little jab here, a little jab there, here and there. I pick up on these things. You know, you guys have been ribbing me, you know. But don't worry, I'm going to get you back. But it's all in fun, though. It's all in fun. Has to be. You have to have fun. You have to have fun. You have to laugh. That's the most important thing, especially in today's world. We are so screwed up. You have to laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. You know, if you can do a show and you can make some of your listeners laugh, and they could walk away having learned a little something, then you're successful. You know, you're successful. But laughter is very important. You guys all know that. You know, it's good to laugh. It's good to laugh. It's good to joke around. Thanks, Tom. Are you talking about my background? Yeah, that's because I'm not on StreamYard. I'm on OBS. But when I do the live with the guests, I got to go to StreamYard because I haven't quite figured out yet how to get a guest on OBS. I don't want to get into any technical nonsense. I'm a Jedi. I'm a Jedi. I am a Jedi. Thank you for the nice compliments on the backdrop. Yes, Tommy, once we, you know, it bothers me when you say that. And I'm being honest with you. Hey, Tommy, I'm not a content creator. I'm not a content creator. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I mean, every time you say that, I'm always saying to myself, yes, you are, Tom. You are a content creator. And I can't write enough in the chat to express myself, you know. But, again, we're all content creators in different categories and some different levels. If you upload a video to YouTube and there's absolutely nothing in it and it's black and blank, right? There is no content in it. It's empty. It's a black void. There's no content in it. If you upload a video with a topic or a subject and you're talking about it, that's content. You're talking about something. That may be talking about something specific, but you're talking about something. If you upload a video and you're doing a show and you're welcoming your guests and you're having coffee with them and you're having great conversation, very mellow conversation, and it's not about anything in particular. What is withheld in that video is content, no matter what it may be. You know? So, again, I'm not trying to change your mind, pal. Because, buddy, I'm just trying to tell you, I'm just trying to show you different avenues, you know. But if that's the way you feel, I mean, you know, and like I said, you have a talent. And so does Theendu, because a lot of people are afraid of the camera. A lot of people don't want to go in front of the camera. They fear the camera. They stutter, you know, whatever. But, you know, you're very relaxed. You know, you do your sip and dip, and you go out on the stoop at 4 o'clock in the morning when there's nobody absolutely out there. You know, I had to throw that in. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes. Claudio, you like the studio time? Yeah. It's funny because it gets to be addicting. Claudio, do you feel that way? It's addicting. Like I was saying to myself, gee, I haven't been in the studio in 3-4 months. You know, and then, you know, I was calling and they're so busy. And then finally I got the call today, Ralph, you got it booked for 5 o'clock Thursday. You know, but it's like addicting. It's like, oh, I got to record a couple songs. You know, I got to do this. I got to do that. You know, it's really weird. It really is. So I don't know if you feel the same way, Claudio. Your music is great. You're a very good artist. You know, I've been on your website, your channel many times. I'm only believing a portion of what I see on this show here, Ubats. I don't believe in content. Oh, Tommy already said that. Okay. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm reiterating. TDS, we do. We have a wonderful chat crew. Okay, I've been doing this show now for 2-3 months. And every single person that's been in my shows for those 3 months, my listeners, nothing has ever happened between the listeners. You know, they've been respectful, and don't forget that we have women in the parlor. You know, which, you know, The gentlemen are being very respectful, you know. So I've had no incidences except for maybe, you know, those stupid bots that come into the show, you know. But no, for 3 months I have not had any problems, you know. Great bunch of listeners. You couldn't ask for anything better, and I truly do mean that. Adam, you come here at first because when you went to give a nice guy some likes and give him some views, and then all of a sudden you invested and addicted to the show. That's true, Adam. What happens is the personality of the host, no matter, you know, whether it be on TV or on YouTube, the personality of the host is like a magnet. If he has or she has a good personality, then the listeners, you know, again, the personality is what draws the listeners, and then they make a decision, you know, whether they care to continue to watch the show or if they like that person. But again, for the 5th time, or maybe the 6th time, and I can't emphasize this enough, personality number 1, content number 2. And Anthony said it in last week's show. He said a person can go anywhere to get the content. No matter how important the content is, a person or people can go somewhere else to get that content. But if they like you and they like your personality, they'll stay with you, you know. But you have to have some important elements, some key elements. And again, I mentioned it, is that you have to be honest. You cannot bullshit, and you cannot lie, and you cannot degrade other people. You know, like some of the people that, you know, some of the other content creators, you know, talk about other content creators and talk about other listeners, and, you know, that's all nonsense. That's all nonsense. All nonsense. Gina is saying, in business, I had no problem speaking in front of the groups, but ask me to be on a YouTube chat. Forget about it, no way. But you are on a YouTube chat, Gina. You're in my parlor. You're interacting with me, and you're interacting with everybody that's in the parlor. You see, that's another thing, too. Something that comes to mind is the computer. The computer gives people the ability to say and do things that they normally wouldn't do outside of YouTube and on the street. Okay? Because people can hide behind a computer and they can say whatever they want on the computer, not facing anybody or anything. I think you all know that. So it makes people a little bit more brazen, you know, if they have that type of personality to begin with, you know, to say things that you normally wouldn't say to a person face to face with a confrontation. But, Gina, I think you're doing a fine job, you know. I think you're doing a fine job. Oh, hi, Gerard. Gerard, how are you? Okay, I just want to make sure I have everybody. So I am. I got to tell you something. You guys, I said this before. You guys have been ribbing me all week. I'm not even going to read what I just wrote, what I just saw. Wait a minute. Evan, nice guy. Evan, oh man, if I talked about my shorts, they'd be days long. I stutter and get nervous. Okay. Yeah, Evan, some people are like that. And believe it or not, that you can overcome that. But it takes time to overcome that. It's a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. When a long time ago, when I was shy, and I know it's hard to believe, I was very shy. What helped me overcome that was acting. And, you know, gaining confidence. And it takes time, a little bit at a time. It doesn't happen overnight. You keep building on it. You keep building on it. You keep building on it until finally one day, it just all comes natural. You know, having been somewhat in the entertainment industry for a long time, you know, whether it be acting or doing films that I did, or being on stage and being on off Broadway and singing, you know, I've been exposed to that. But I was very, very shy at one time. I know it's hard to believe that people that know me years ago, know that I was that way. But people that just are knowing me now say to you know, wow, you were shy? You shy? Yeah, I was. You know, I hardly talked, believe it or not. Now you can't shut me up. But you all know that I joke and kid around a lot. You know, that's just part of my personality, you know. And I do that, I say this all the time, I do that all day long. You know, even off YouTube, you know, I kid and joke around. And, you know, like I said, laughter is the most important thing. Oh, Gina, yeah. Okay, Gina, I'm sorry. You're fine in chats, yes. Why are you fine in chat? You're fine in chats because you're on the phone or on the computer. So you don't have that, people are not watching you, you know? And you're not alone, Gina. I mean, there's many, many people that are like that. Many people, you know? So you're not alone. That's not an unusual thing, you know, at all. Gerard, you were quiet. I was shy and quiet. Are you still shy and quiet in public? Are you still that way? Joking and busting is the best. Life is boring without it. Yeah, you know, Anthony, you just reminded me of something. When I was putting these clips together, I was trying to be real serious at one point in the show. You know, saying I called up these guys, and they gave me their pictures right away, and you know, they were on board right away. And then I said, so what does that tell you? Then you said, we have nothing better to do with our lives. I peed my pants. I'm going to show that tonight. I'm telling you, when I was putting this together, I was dying. Hey, Patricia, how are you, hon? You were quiet in school, and kids thought I was smart, except the teacher. Oh, the teacher. Oh, God. You know, I went to Catholic school, and let me tell you something. The nuns, not to change the subject, the nuns would never get away what they did to us kids back then. They'd be in jail. They'd definitely be in jail. And then if we did something wrong, and they told our parents, we would get hit when we got home and punished when we got home. So the parents always took the nun side, even if the nuns were wrong. I mean, they would pull our ears, pull our hair, slap us on the wrist with a steel ruler. I mean, and then I went to Catholic high school, and they weren't nuns, they were called brothers, and they were even worse. I got the shit kicked out of me in school. Let me tell you something. I really did. They would never get away with that stuff today. They'd be in jail for child abuse. Patricia, how you feeling, hon? I know you haven't been feeling well. I hope you're feeling better. I know it sucks being sick. It really does. Okay, Evan, I didn't know that. Okay, yes, okay. Okay, I wouldn't know that, Evan. See, I wouldn't know that because you're writing, so I wouldn't know that. But thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, I would imagine. I guess those pills, whatever it is that you're taking, is going to make you sleep, I guess. But I guess sleeping is the best thing, really, and resting. Yeah, Gerard, the Catholic brothers were brutal. I mean, they would slam your head against the lockers. I saw one of them one time. He had a handkerchief and he had ammonia in it, and he put it up to the kid's nose. I mean, it was horrible. I had a fourth grade teacher, and to this day, I have never forgotten her. She was so mean to me. She's dead now, and I'm glad, and I hope she rots in hell forever. She would do things to me, humiliate me in front of the class, and my mother went to school. After I told my mother the things that she was doing to me, my mother went to school and said to her, "If you humiliate my son one more time, I'm going to wipe the streets with you." That's what my mother said to her. She ended up keeping me back, the teacher, as on spite. She ended up keeping me back to repeat the fourth grade. And years later, I ran into her in Calandra's in Newark, which is a bakery. And I spotted her. And I went up to her. This was like maybe 20 years later. And I went up to her and I called her every imaginable curse word that you could possibly think of. I made her feel this big. This big. I waited all those years to be grown up to tell this miserable bitch what I thought of her. And she felt that big in the bakery, and everybody turned around. The bakery was full with people. She felt this big. And I told her, I said, "Now get the fuck out of here." That's exactly what I said to her. Because I had so much anger in me for what this teacher did to me in fourth grade. You know, humiliated me, made fun of my shirts, said, "What's that, a Halloween shirt you have on?" Or we had to draw a picture and color it. And she would write on it and remark on it and give it back and say, "This is ugly." You know? Who does that? I'm telling you. I got my revenge. I got my revenge. To this day, I never forgot her. I never forgot her. And she's dead. And I never wish anybody dead, but I hope she rots in hell forever. And that was a long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. I would never treat a kid like that in school if I was a teacher. Never. Right, Benny. Exactly. I tell you, I'm telling you the truth, as God is my witness. I called her every single imaginable curse word that you could possibly think of. I turned red. I was yelling. And everybody in the bakery was turning around and saying, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" You know? They had no idea. And she just stood there like she was shocked. You know? "You MF-er, you have no idea." But I got my revenge. Revenge is sweet. And I never expected to run into her 20 years later. You know, now I was a grown man now, you know. So, karma's a bitch. Yeah, that teacher, I mean, you know, like I said, they would never get away with the stuff that they did years ago. Never. Today. Never. Okay, so, let me show you some of the best highlights of last week. I know you're going to enjoy this, because if you enjoyed last week's show, you're going to enjoy the highlights. I tried to pick out the best parts of the show. And again, putting this together, I was laughing my ass off. So here is highlights from last week's show. I got my hat on too.
This is my pirate pass, the colonial, George Washington look. But I can easily switch to the Goomba look right here.
Yeah, that's it. Look at the three Goombas with the hat on. That's it. Mom is looking for us on the Ralph Mucci page, okay?
Well, she's not going to find it because you told everybody, Ralph, my page is the Wise Up Go Scratch Show.
Listen, the Go Scratch Show, I told
you. The Go Scratch Show. I'm starting that one, Ralph. I'm going to be your competition.
Nobody's going to find that page.
Before she gets here, she's getting old.
You got my rating down by 20% by saying that. Ralph Mucci, he's a big shot. He's got two channels, the Ralph Mucci channel and the Wise Up Go Scratch page. I heard that. That's it. I got a classic for you. How about a couple of weeks ago? Theendu, you were in there. How about a couple of weeks ago when I did a show live? It was either Saturday or a Sunday. Oh. What happened was I set the program to go off by itself. Uh-huh. I went inside. I laid on the couch and I said, "I got 20 minutes till the show goes on." I fell asleep. I never showed up for my own show. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I was,
And,
I was
I got
in
a
there
question
talking
about
to
that.
myself.
The question I had about that is, what did YouTube customer service say about that? Did they give you any advice?
And hold on a minute. Anthony. There you go.
There you are, right there in action.
You
There you
posted
are.
on my Facebook page. On my Facebook page, so people were texting me and said, Ralph, what's that all about?
Oh. Oh.
And the other thing too is when I do a show, sometimes when I end the show, the chat goes on for 7 hours.
How does your chat go on for
How the hell
7
is
hours?
that possible? That is not
That can't
possible.
be.
Yes, guys, yes.
Mine ends in 3 minutes. Exactly 3-4 minutes.
TD will tell you, Gina will tell you. We were in the chat after my show ended. I shut everything down and I was on my phone and the chat was still running. The show was still running live, but everything shut down. Me, TD, and Gina were still talking in the chat. My show was possessed, I'm telling you.
I don't know. As Christopher Toro says, the best show was the marathon show, Ralph, for 48 hours.
Oh.
I probably hold the record for all tests of shows. I probably do.
Like I said, nobody's going to touch me anyways. I don't want to be touched. I'll do my own grooming.
What do you mean touched? What do you mean?
I don't want nobody. If somebody went to cut my toenails and they cut it a little bit too short, I beat the living crap out of them. Okay. If I had to go to work and walk and somebody cut my toenail too short, I would demolish them right there.
The poor pedicurist gets a beating because she cut it too short.
Are we live? Are we live? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Don't confuse me, Ralph.
Give me a thumbs up.
Don't.
Be that as it may. Be that as it may.
Be that as it may. And I said to myself, self, how about this grassy out? I better put a shirt on.
Well, none of us are color coordinated right now. None of us are color coordinated. So.
And the other one is, wait a minute, I can't see with these glasses. Let me put.
Look at him. Look at him.
Anthony, I see you laughing.
Oh no,
Anthony, you're holding back that laugh.
Stop! You reminded me of a cartoon character there. Oh.
It's always there.
Let me tell you something, Anthony. You know this. He walks out in the middle of the street at 4 o'clock in the morning in his bathrobe. Nobody around. There's nobody around.
I've seen that many times.
Suppose somebody's looking out their window watching him.
I'm
You say,
done.
what the frick is he doing in the middle of the street at 4 o'clock in the morning? 74 buses coming. How about this one?
He's the chin. He's ready to chin with the bathroom.
How about this one? Let's check out what's going on the stoop. What's going on the stoop at 4 o'clock in the morning? Nothing. What could possibly be going on?
Oh my God, Tommy the Chin.
Here he is.
Working fine. Working fine.
Hey!
I called test support.
You called? He called customer service support.
Everything's working fine. What's going on here?
Where are you?
Turtleback Zoo.
Turtleback Zoo.
Yeah, it's incredible.
What the
Huh?
hell? What are you doing at Turtleback Zoo?
With my girl at Turtleback Zoo.
Hi, Dina.
She can't hear you. Ralph said hi.
Hi, how are you? Mommy,
That's Charlie.
Mommy.
Hello. That's Charlie. Where's Rocco? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. Got a good stream.
He's got the earmuffs on and everything.
Cold
I know.
Yeah,
out.
it's cold out. Cold out.
Is it?
Yeah, it's freezing out. All right, I'm listening. I just wanted to jump in and say hello. Keep roasting me. I love that shit. All right, I'm logging off. Keep the link there. I'll probably jump in and out.
Okay.
All
Hey,
right.
we're
All
here.
right,
We're here.
All right. Good.
What the hell is he doing at Turtleback Zoo?
That's one of the sites you bring everybody from Italy. You bring them to Turtleback Zoo. That's what everyone from Italy wants to see.
Really?
It's closed. You can't see the animals there
No,
now.
actually, Ralph, they have the Christmas light display there now.
Christmas light.
They put a
Oh,
Christmas
is that
light.
what it is?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. See, your show won't let you imitate me. Your show will not let you imitate me. It shut you down.
Welcome to the Wine Guild. I'm going to talk about wine, but I don't know the first fucking thing about it.
You know what? Oh, I don't know the first thing about it.
This is you.
Toro's pretty hard too. Christopher Toro, the bull.
Yeah.
Ralphie's in the chat. Ralphie's in the chat. Ralphie's. Let me see who's in the chat.
Are you everybody sure?
That's a good one. That's a good imitation.
Who's that? Who is
That
that?
was Theendu. That was
Yeah.
Theendu, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Theendu.
But
My wedding anniversary is on Halloween, so.
Is it really?
Yeah, Beggar's Man, the 30th.
Was that the 70? Was that the 74?
Hear my dog looking upstairs right now. Vito, get your earplugs on. Crazy Uncle Ralph here.
that was a 74.
That was the 74. It was Tommy was in the middle of the street and it swerved to get around him.
Something on the serious side now for a minute about these two guys that are on my show right now. I texted both of them. This is to my listeners. I texted both of them. I said, listen, I'd like for you guys to be on my show. All right. I immediately got an answer from both of them with an okay, I'm in, okay, thumbs up. Immediately, like within 2 minutes after I said that to them, they texted me back and answered me. Then I said to them, I need your photos. I need pictures of you guys. And Tommy too. Immediately, as soon as I asked that question, I need your photos, within 3 minutes, I got their photos.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you about these guys?
We're all
We
busy.
have nothing else to do with our lives.
I was trying to go in a positive direction.
I'm trying to be serious here. Ralphie needs an excuse to have some rock and roll.
I know, it's like the hot dogs you made this summer.
Did you see that?
Fuck, I never seen hot dogs on a grill like that in my life.
Yeah. Did you see that, Ant?
No, I missed them. The hot dogs on the
Anthony.
grill. What?
No,
What's
no,
wrong
hot
with
dog.
The hot dogs exploded and they made the shape of a penis. I kid you not.
Go watch this video.
Oh
Fucking
my
please,
God.
Anthony, go watch this video and you'll understand. You're going to laugh harder.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I'm not kidding. I lifted up the grill and I said, what the hell is this?
I'll never forget what Arlene Marlino said. Arlene Marlino goes, hey, Ralph, I hope you didn't eat her arm distance. They go, Ralph, I hope you didn't eat the third hot dog.
Sure.
Anthony, that's the one that looked like the Pisha leak.
Oh my God.
I tell you, the four of us were characters. We really are. And that was all natural. All natural. Nothing was planned. Nothing was planned at all. I kid you not. So it worked out really well. I mean, it was, I have to say, not because it's just my show, but it was a great show. I mean, of course, they added all their personalities to the show, and they're all characters. They really are, But that's why, when everybody was saying, you guys got to do a show, once a month, I said, you know what? TD said it. A couple of people said it. I said, they're absolutely right. Once a month, get the guys together, all the content creators together, and do a show. So I've never seen so much laughter in a show, in the parlor or in the chat. And I got to tell you something, and I said this 5 times already. Putting that together was not easy because I was laughing my ass off every time, putting it all together, and it was just, I was peeing my pants. I was, so and I figured you guys would enjoy that. The best parts of last week's show. Did you like the hot dogs? What happened was, when you make hot dogs on the grill, you're supposed to split them, with the knife, make a little split in them. Well, I forgot to split them. That's what happened to them. They exploded, and opened up the grill. And I said, what the hell is this? So I ended up throwing them out, But there's a lot of funny parts of last week's show in the highlights. Just Anthony, what he's saying, that we have nothing better to do with our lives, and Theendu. Really, I'm telling you. Oh God, is Todd Father here? Hi, Todd Father, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm very happy that you guys laughed. That's what it's all about, really. You can't be serious all the time. You can't have a serious show all the, only part of the show could be serious or not serious at all. People want to have a good time. They want to have a good time. They want to forget about, for a half hour, an hour, whatever it is, the everyday stresses of life and all the shit that we have to put up with, in the bills and the nonsense and the rising prices and everything. So if you can laugh and I can make you laugh a little bit, if Tommy can make you laugh a little bit, if Theendu can make you laugh and Anthony can make you laugh, and we're all together making you laugh, because we are truly all characters. We really are. You could see that yourself on the screen. We are characters. It's just a bunch of guys getting together and having a good time. Talking about whatever. And that's what as people say that some of the best shows are not planned, and it's very, very true. Obviously, there's evidence right there. Well, I don't know, Arlene, about censoring the hot dogs. I wanted to show you guys. I didn't show it. I didn't show the hot dogs on last week's show, so I incorporated the hot dogs in the highlights so you could see what the hot dogs looked like, And like I said, I was quite surprised when I lifted up that grill. To see something like that. And of course, I didn't eat them, especially that third one, Arlene, like you said. So that's it. So those guys are going to be on hopefully once a month, like I said, if everything works out all right and nobody has any pressing things in their personal life. And it should be fun. They're going to do a Christmas show December 18th. And Anthony, Wine Guild, and Theendu, if you're still in the chat, I got the hat yesterday. You saw the pictures. The plush, the hat came yesterday. So that's about it. I'm glad you guys all enjoyed this show. Oh gosh. Thank you for joining me. It's always my pleasure. And as Tommy always says, your presence is a present, which is a very good saying. I like that saying. I can't copy that though. Theendu, I appreciate you staying up late because I know you got to work early tomorrow. Tommy, I appreciate you, being up and staying up. You guys got to go to work early. Your day is almost done when I go to work. The Christmas show, Gerard, is December 18th, Sunday at 6 p.m. It's going to be earlier, but I'll give you plenty of notification. Excuse me. It's going to be December 18th, Sunday at 6 p.m., not 8 p.m., 6 p.m. Because some of the guys, they got to go to bed early. So you got to be a little considerate, Yeah, it's going to be the Christmas show before Christmas. That's Christmas week, is it? December 18th? Is that? I think that's before Christmas. Let me see. Yeah, it's the week before. 2 weeks before Christmas. It's before Christmas. Can't do a show on Sunday, December 25th because that's Christmas. So I'm not going to do a show on Christmas. Everybody's going to be busy, All right, Tom, get some rest, man. I'll see you tomorrow on the stoop. And the 74 bus. All right, guys. That's going to be a wrap for this show. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun having your company join me in the parlor. I hope you enjoyed the show. And you guys all stay well for the rest of the week. We're getting closer to Christmas. So I guess a lot of you guys are doing Christmas shopping or whatever. I hope you're getting in the Christmas spirit a little bit. It'll be here before you know it. So enjoy your week and stay well. And take each day as it comes and remember to laugh. Okay, I'm wrapping this up. And I'll see you guys soon. God bless. And have a good night and a good week. Good night, everybody.